What's up, guys? It's another episode with Sanchez from Gurupresario Media. Today we bring you to the Elan in the La Cantera area. Lots of color. Wanted to come here to kind of bring that energy back to what we're shooting today. And really what we're doing is we're getting back to my own roots, right? What got me to where I'm at today. I'm originally from San Antonio. I was actually born in Mexico. Both my parents moved here when I was probably about 3 months old. Grew up in Alma Heights, went to school on the north side. After graduating from high school, decided to attend college at the University of Incarnate, which we were filming at last week. Started as a fashion major when I started there. Wasn't necessarily the route that I wanted to take, but I left the fashion design school and I ended up studying economics and finance. The reason I changed my major is I knew that having a bachelor's degree in economics and finance was probably going to get me further than a degree in design or a degree in fashion. Yeah, so I left the fashion design school. It took me actually 5 years to graduate school, so went an extra year, should have been 4, but changing my major and minoring in philosophy, doing that really put me back about a semester or two. So it ended up taking about 5 years to ultimately graduate. But after graduating, I had a really great opportunity. I worked in a private finance office in Bernie. I was there for about 2 years, but ultimately I knew that I wanted to get to New York. What you saw in the movies, which was everything from bond sales to portfolio management. I ended up applying. I think I applied at like 500 different jobs before I actually got a call back from a firm in Midtown, which they wanted me to fly out, interview over a span of, I think it was like 2 days. So nonetheless, I booked a ticket to the city. My friend Vanessa at the time, she was thinking about moving to New York City as well. So she said, hey, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna see if I could make this move as well. We both ended up booking a ticket for, I think it was like 4 days that we were gonna go. I was gonna interview and I was gonna fly back and then we were gonna try to make something of it, right? So long story short, interview went well. 2 weeks after that, I was on a one-way flight back to New York City. So usually when you start on Wall Street, you start as what they call not a junior broker, but you're pretty much fetching coffee, handling all the bullshit that all the senior bankers or the senior brokers are wanting you to handle. So that means if you got to run an errand, you got to run an errand for them. If they want an espresso, you're going to run and grab an espresso from whatever, the Starbucks down the street. So I'll never forget, every morning I had to get to the office about 2 hours earlier than anybody else in the office because I had to pick up about 14 different coffees for the senior brokers. These are mornings where I was just walking with 2 big things of Starbucks drinks and delivering them to the office before everyone got there. Paid a lot of dues doing that. Senior broker finally took notice. What they call is he adopted me, took me under his wing, showed me kind of how the industry works, how the firm was working at the time, and long story short from that, got licensed and started working under his team. During that time, we were just selling high yield bonds. Our team was about 5 different people in it. Basically, we were just hammering the phones and trying to make a market on high yield bonds. So I was there for about a year. After a year of working there, things started to get a little iffy. If you work on Wall Street or if you've heard any stories of Wall Street or if you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, then you would know what I'm referring to in terms of things starting to get a little iffy. Nonetheless, I left the firm. I didn't have anything else on the back burner. I had a couple of interviews, but nothing really set in stone. But my heart, I just realized that my heart wasn't necessarily there in the firm that I was working at, right? I knew that I needed to change something morally, ethically. I just didn't feel aligned with who I was becoming and who I was. So nonetheless, I left the firm. I was in New York. I didn't have a job for a couple of weeks, but I ended up finding a firm in Austin where I was working remote, still living in New York. At that point in time, I had to get my Series 66, or I had my 63, so I had to get my Series 65, and in order to do any type of portfolio management. So I began to build a book of business from New York, working with a firm in Austin and having connections in San Antonio. So I was literally between the 3 places for a span of a good year and a half before I actually joined another office, moved back to Texas. But nonetheless, we're here today, right? And I'm here and I'm doing media, and really what brought me here is really just trying to follow my heart, right? I know a lot of people, whether you're graduating college or whether you're experiencing new different types of jobs or you're trying to look for your career path, to me it's important that you really explore what makes you happy, right? It's not necessarily about the money, it's more so about what you have built a passion for. And at the end of the day, I give this advice to students that I meet in my path, that the ultimate goal in life isn't necessarily chase the buck, it's to actually chase the passion that you have, what you want to make out of life. Nonetheless, Gurupresario started as a freelance business consulting type of business and then slowly morphed into the media company we are today. We're about 4 years in the making in terms of doing this full time. I ended up leaving corporate America. I ended up leaving all my finance jobs back then just to devote full attention to what I do here. Nonetheless, we still manage a portfolio. I'm with my good friend Paul Martin at Martin Capital, trying to build an institutional side to our business. So, I mean, the basis of this video is really just to draw attention to where you want to find yourself in life. And if you're at that fork in the road where you're questioning, hey, what should I do, or what can I do? It doesn't matter what age you are. I think the most important thing is just follow your heart, try things. If it doesn't work out, don't be afraid to cut the cord. Don't be afraid to walk away from something. Life's more about experiences than it is about actually getting somewhere, right? It's not getting to point A or going from point A to point B. It's more about the line and the journey between that really makes life fun and really makes life worth living. You gotta explore new things in order for you to explore a new happiness in life. With COVID-19, I know a lot of people are experiencing anxiety, depression. They're feeling some kind of disconnect with the true essence of life. And to me, the most efficient way to change that is to change your routine. Do something different. Draw attention to yourself in a different manner on a weekly basis. So if you do X, X, and X on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, change it up. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, right? Shock your body. For instance, if you're going to the gym, if you're used to going in the afternoon, change it up. Wake up at 5 in the morning and go at 5 in the morning. Try a 5 a.m. workout and see how you feel. Probably gonna feel shitty for the first 30 minutes, but I guarantee you when you leave that gym, you're gonna feel like a totally new person because you just totally changed your mindset on what's taking your daily routine forward. Again, I hope you guys benefit from this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop me a DM on Instagram, or you could also comment on the YouTube. I usually reply back to those. Or you can send me an email. There's gonna be a link on the bottom of this caption. Look forward to seeing you, and we'll see you later.